So I've got this memory of a thought that floated by my mind like a wispy little cloud that was almost had a sense of what it was, but I hadn't converted it into conscious vocabulary files form, and I hadn't really been able to grab it, this thought, to fully be able to. And it just sort of floated past my mind, though I have a general idea. There was something about the idea of being able to think clearly and knowing what I want, and something about being able to try to express my thoughts to the world, and possibly maybe being able to accomplish something. This is just sort of like a vague sensation of the sort of thoughts that went through my mind as a teenager, and it kind of just was. That's what it was, sort of like a cloud from my, or the reflection of a cloud from my teenage mind was just sort of floated past my mind, and thinking, oh yeah, I kind of remember when I used to feel that way. And it was a positive thought. It was a positive thought that geez, maybe I can actually accomplish something positive in life by doing this. But I didn't, at the time that it floated by, as just some unformed cloud. I didn't grab it and strangle it into the shape of words. So that now I'm trying to remember this vague experience of what this thought probably was. That I experienced that thought as a mental sensation and not as words in a specific sentence order, or any specific words of any specific words at all. I hadn't converted it into word files. Anyhow, so part of my mind right now is kind of a little bit distracted of trying to recall that, because there's the sensation that I had that thought was would really help me. That consciously being aware of that thought, of the possibility of being able to positively influence the world, and of that being the goal of wanting to make life better. So you think about what are your goals in life? All these people are dying. Dick Clark, 82 years old. You can't say he died too young. You can't say he died a young man. He died, perhaps to many people, a seemingly much younger man than he was. He seemed about half his age to many people from his appearance, but he was 82 years old. It's kind of hard to say, well, he died so young. Most people don't make it to 82. And other folks dying. Drummer from the band died, and they made a little media spectacle. They make media spectacles now on the internet of people dying and women showing women's hairstyles, or women without makeup, or women wearing skimpy dresses. They make an issue about that. So those are the two kind of articles you see on the front news pages on the internet, is some old celebrity who dies, and well, I guess and then Davy Jones died a month or two ago. Dick Clark, and then you have these young female stars that wore a skimpy dress, and that's the headline news. Jennifer Love Hewitt without makeup, that's fucking front page news. Mila Kunis without makeup, this is front page news. But when somebody has something to say about what's really going on politically in the world, about whether elections are rigged in the United States of America, whether there's crooked, corrupt political syndicates of the wealthy people that run this country and that own the major news media, and about the simple stark question of whether skyscrapers impacted from the side are designed to automatically collapse in a straight down manner. That simple, blatant question, which is the the giant rhinoceros in the middle of the room that we all pretend isn't there. That's the giant rhinoceros in the middle of the United States, the middle of the room that is the United States of America. Do skyscrapers naturally fall straight down, collapse in a straight down pattern as in controlled demolitions when impacted from the side? Are they designed so that no matter how many skyscrapers, if you flew 1,000 airplanes into 1,000 skyscrapers, is it reasonable to expect that 800 to 900 of those skyscrapers would collapse in a straight downward pattern as in a controlled demolition? This is the giant rhinoceros in the middle of our room that we refuse to acknowledge. People say, oh, well, we don't have time to investigate questions like that. That we don't have the resources, the time, or the energy. We're involved in more important things. More important things such as Jennifer Love Hewitt without makeup. Mila Kunis without makeup. Jennifer Aniston reacts to news of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. This is the urgent stuff that we have to focus our media attention. Or Katy Perry's dress almost falls off. That's front page article news. Katy Perry's dress almost nearly becomes risks falling off. That's a front page article news. But whether there's any scientific basis to validate the idea that a tall skyscraper hit from the side is going to naturally fall straight down without explosives planted in it to make a controlled demolition out of it. This we can't dignify with response. And somewhere in all of the thought, this wispy cloud of thought that I had last week was somehow just a recollection. It was a cloud from my teenage years, thinking, if you use your mind, that using your mind can be a worthwhile pursuit, a satisfying pursuit to spend your life. So the question is, so what are we going to do with our lives? If in fact using our mind is not the main goal, if our main goal is somehow a material goal, that what we want in life is to get good grades so we get the good jobs, so we get lots of money so we can buy the house, so that what do we do then when we have the expensive house that supposedly, with the alarm systems, the security systems, the big fences or electronic fences around it so nobody can break in and attack us and steal our stuff. Then what are we going to do? We're going to sit in that house and stuff our faces with food? Is that the goal of life, to be able to ultimately, when you finally have accomplished your goals and you can relax, you have the free time now that all your financial and material goals have been realized? There's a sort of like two opposite sides of the same coin. So what then are you going to do? Are you going to, at that point, do you say, okay, now I can stop making the big effort and I can stop running on adrenaline all the time and just be snug and comfortable in my big comfortable sofa with all my snack foods around me and my video tapes, my movies to watch and my video games to play, and sit there in my little fortress stuffing my face full of snacks? Is that the ultimate goal of life? Or there's another side of the same coin, is, oh, but then when we've accomplished all of these things, then we have to go out and go skydiving and bungee jumping and mountain climbing and running the marathon and entering the Iron Man race and sailing in our yacht around the world in a world record time. There's this adrenaline sense of accomplishment. We have to make a name for us. We have to leave a reputation. So, because no matter what you do at the end, you die. In the end, you're there's an obituary with your name on it, and it says so and so died at the age of 82 after a fatal heart attack or after a bout with cancer. I don't know if this is recording anymore, so I'm going to stop it. I'm just going to stop because the microphone was making those noises.